today we're making this pistachio mole cake, which is a fantastic base for entremets, sponge layers for your celebration cakes, and also works beautifully in small cakes for petit fours. The beautiful green color and soft, moist texture of this cake makes it the perfect addition to your desserts. For your pistachio mole cake, today we are using it as an entremet base. So I have prepared some ring forms. I'm using some 18 centimeter ring forms. I have not greased them. They're just sitting on a tray here with a silicone mat. All of our ingredients have been mise en place. So now all we have to do is start preparing. So to begin with, we have some vegan margarine, and now this is very, very soft. So we're gonna whip this until it's nice and fluffy. Okay, so we've just beat this for a couple of minutes, so it's starting to get nice and pale. Now we're going to start creaming with our confectioner's sugar. So now what this is going to do is incorporate thousands of tiny little air bubbles, which is going to give us a beautiful even texture and also help with the leavening of this cake. So I'm going to start with half of my icing sugar, and then we're going to give this a beat. And now we're going to add our remaining icing sugar. Now we can see it's getting nice and pale and fluffy. We're going to go ahead and add our glucose syrup. Now the glucose syrup is going to help with keeping this cake super moist and give it a beautiful texture. Now we have our prepared vegan egg replacer. Today I'm using the panis egg, but you will also have an alternative in your recipe. And all that I've done is mixed the powder with some water and set that aside for 15 minutes to allow everything to hydrate. So this recipe is what we would consider traditionally a high egg inclusion recipe. So it does require a lot more replacement of the functions that eggs provide. So it is important to use a very strong egg replacer, or an egg replacer that is going to replace many of the egg functions. So I'm going to start adding this in about 3 to 4 additions now. So just a little bit at a time, and we're going to beat in between each addition so everything is emulsified. Now we have our vegan egg all incorporated, we can move on to preparing our dry mixture. So because this is a pistachio cake today, we are using some beautiful Turkish pistachios, and these ones are lovely and green. So I'm going to add these to our food processor. I'm just using a small one today, along with my flour. And I'm going to put my baking powder in there as well. I'm just going to blend everything together until all of that flour and the pistachios become very, very fine, which will make the cake beautiful and soft. Now we're just going to sift our flour, baking powder and pistachio into this mix. Don't worry if you have some larger pieces in there, we just want to ensure that nothing has clumped together. So we're going to add all of that along with our vegan yogurt, and I'm using soy yogurt today. And on a low speed, we're going to incorporate everything together. Once everything is just mixed, We're going to turn on our beaters on a medium-high speed and beat for 15 full seconds. So now we're going to divide our pistachio mole batter into our molds. And then even out each one with an offset spatula.